Okay, so as you all said in the previous, we had seen the effects of British rule, and there were some good effects and bad effects, and all of you have answered it correctly. And in the end, we saw that Western education had started in India. What happened? Because of this Western education, the thoughts of the people were changing. They came to know the reality and the importance of freedom. That now, here in this lesson, that is the freedom struggle of 1857, we are going to see the first struggle of India that happened for independence. Now, we all know that India became independent on 15th August 1947, but the struggle for independence had started in the 1857. And what was the struggle and why it happened, that we are going to see in this chapter. Now, students, Indians were not united at that point of time. Okay, that is the reason British advantage of it. If there was unity among the Indians at that point of time itself, then the British would not have ruled India. But what had happened? There was no unity among the Indians, and the British took advantage of this. And because of that, the British ruled India for almost more than 150 years. Now, let's see what was the first war of independence. In 1857, a great struggle took place in India, which completely shook the British government. Okay, there was the struggle of independence, as I said, it took place in the year 1857. And because of this struggle, it was so strong that it shook the British, became scared of this. Now, the scope of the struggle, we will find everything about the struggle and the background in the book written by V.D. Savarkar. Okay, in V.D. Savarkar's book, and the name of the book is War of Independence 1857. This is a book written by V.D. Savarkar in which he has written about the struggle and about the background of 1857. Now, many revolutionaries, when they read this book, they got inspired from them. Now, who are the revolutionaries? Those people who fought for the freedom of the country. They are known as the revolutionaries. So these revolutionaries, all the revolutionaries, they got inspired from this book written by V.D. Savarkar, and they also fought against the British. First, the struggle before 1857. Now, what was the struggle and why were the people angry, that we are going to see. First, there was discontent among the people. Discontent means not happy. Why the people were not happy? They were not happy because of the British rule. Now, the British too much in the tradition and culture of India. Okay, we had seen that had stopped the Sati Prohibition Act, in which the burning of the bride was there. Okay, you can see this image. Then, according to the Indian tradition, the widow were not allowed to remarry. But what the Britishers did, they came and they changed the system of India. But the people of India, they did not like this. They did not like that the British were interfering in their tradition and culture. And because of this, there was discontent among the people. People were not happy. People did not like that some foreigner is coming and controlling over them. Okay, because they used to believe in their tradition and custom. This was okay. This was a part of their life. But the British, they did not like this, and they started to change the culture according to their culture. And because of this, people were not happy, and this created discontent among the people. Then we saw that the farmer had become bankrupt because of the new land revenue policy. Now we saw in that land revenue policy, where the farmers had to pay tax according to the piece of the land, whether they earn profit or no. That was the business of the British. What the British wanted was only money from the common people, from the farmers. And the people, farmers also were not very, farmers became very angry because the British was not thinking about them. The British was thinking only to gain profit. And we saw that there was a great famine which took place in Bengal in the year 1770. And we saw during that famine also what the British did. The British still asked the farmers to pay tax, even though the farmers had nothing. And because of this, what had happened? The farmers had sold all their lands because they were completely bankrupt. And what the farmers did was, the farmers did not like the idea of the British. So the farmers, they came together and they started a revolt. Okay, what they did, they started a revolt. Revolt means a fight. Okay, a fight against the British. They became one and they fought against the British under the leadership of Sannyasi Fakir. Okay, under whose leadership? Sannyasi Fakir. The farmers, they started a revolt against the British under the leadership of Sannyasi Fakir. And where this revolts took place? The revolts took place in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in Rajasthan, and in South India. Okay, this was the revolts which took place, and this all was done by the British, the farmers, because there was discontent among the farmers. Now earlier we saw there was among the people because of the religion, because of British interference in their religion. Then this is about the farmers. Then, okay, this is an image of the picture of the famine that took place in Bengal. What was the people's revolt? Now, Umaji Nayak organized the Ramoshis and the local youth and gave fight to the British. Okay, now there was one person named Umaji. He organized all the Ramoshis and all the local people to fight against the British. Okay, he organized a revolt to fight against the British. Now, seeing him, all the people also got inspired from Umaji Nayak. Okay, so people from different parts, that is from Pune, from Satara, from Ahmednagar, from Sholapur, all they also came together to and started a revolt. Okay, but what happened that when the British, now British, we know British was very powerful, very strong. Now British came to know about Umaji Nayak, and what they did was that he came to know that Umaji Nayak was making the people against the British, and the British, that he was working against the British. What the British did was the British killed Umaji Nayak so that the people, whoever was following him also will stop this practice. Okay, so Umaji Nayak, he had started a revolt, and his revolt was so good that people got in different regions and they started following his path, but the Britishers killed him and hanged him to death. Where? In okay. This is a picture of Umaji Nayak. He had started the revolt against the British, but later on he was killed by the British because going against the British rule, and people were following him. Sumit is asking, hanged is Fasi dena. Okay. Then, what was the tribal revolt? Now we are seeing that slowly people started a revolt against the British, but we have also seen that the revolt was starting, but then because of the British was so powerful that it was their revolt was not so strong. But let us see what was the tribal revolt. Now, the life of the tribal people was dependent on forest. The British started imposing taxes and putting restrictions on this too. Now we know that the tribal people, where they live in the forest, and their aim and their main occupation is agriculture. They are completely dependent on forest for their survival. But here also the British did. The British, what they did, the British asked them also to pay tax. Now they were very poor people. They could not afford paying tax. And what the British said to them was, the forest in which they were living, that belongs to the government, and they should leave it. Okay, now where will the tribal people go? Now, if anyone tells us to leave our house, okay, they come and someone from other country comes and tell us to leave our house. Will we be happy? No, we will become very angry on them. So even the tribal people, they were very angry because of the British's this kind of behavior. The British, they only came from other country. They only started imposing tax on them, and they are only telling them to leave their own place. So because of this, even the tribal, they started to revolt against the British. they started thinking and they started discussing that how can the British, how can someone from other place come and rule over us? How can someone tell us to leave the country? And that is the reason even this created discontent among the tribal people, and even the tribal people started fighting. Now, among the tribal people, okay, there was a youth named Birsa Munda of Jharkhand. Okay, he also objected against this and he also started a revolt, revolt against the British. Okay, this is a picture of Birsa Munda and the tribal people. That is, the tribal people also came together to fight against the British. Now, apart from the tribal people, the farmers, then we saw about the common people, there were also the different people such as the zamindars and the landlords. Just a second. Okay. So then apart, as I said, we saw the revolts of the tribal people, the farmers, the common people. All these had started a revolt, but their revolt was not strong. But now what happened? Now the zamindars and the landlords, now these people, they were the rich people and British were not telling anything to them. But even these people came to know that the British, if they are behaving so rude with the poor people, they will definitely come to them as well. So even they came to know that British would not, they won't be the British for a long time. So even they challenged the British and even they went against the British rule. Okay, and who were they? The Gadkaris from Kolhapur and the Font Savant, and all the people, they came forward and they also started challenging the British. Now, okay, now we will see why was there this among the soldiers. Want someone to read this? Roshni Goda, read the slide.
Yes, teacher. Discontent among soldiers. The Indian soldiers working for the East India Company called sepoys. They were ill-treated, not paid well. In 1806 at... Teacher, what is that?
At Barakpur, 1824. Okay, at Vellore. Vellore.
Vellore, and in 1824 at Barakpur, a revolt took place. As these revolts were single-handed, so British broke it. For time began, the people was super, but was not over, and burst out the freedom struggle of 1857.
Okay, so now the British Army, okay, the British Army had not only British soldiers, but they had even Indian soldiers working with them. There was no equal treatment given to the British soldiers and the as compared to the British soldiers. The Indian soldiers were treated unequally, and the Indian soldiers, they were, many rules were posed on them, like not to meet their family members and so on. Now you know, Indian people, they are attached to their families, but what the Britishers did is they did not even allow them to meet their families. And okay, so this revolt which happened in Vellore and in Barakpur, that we are going to see in the further parts. Now, as all these revolts, they were taking place single-handed. Like we saw first, the common people came, they revolted. Then the farmers came, they revolted. The tribals revolted. But the British was so powerful that the British could easily break the revolt. As we saw, Umaji Nayak was such a strong personality. But what British did was they even killed Umaji Nayak. And because of that, even his followers, they became weak. So this is because this we saw that British was so powerful that British could easily break all the revolt. But now that happened. But after that, there was unity among the people. People came together and people were so angry that they there was a burst. There was an outburst, that is a revolt. The anger of the people was so much that they came forward, all came together, and there took place the first struggle of independence, that is the first freedom struggle of 1857. Now, what were the main causes of the struggle that we are going to see? This is an image of the soldiers. Now the main causes of 1857. Pratik Shetty, read the slide. Pratik. Ansh Maske.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, read the causes.
Causes for the struggle of 1857. Parallel to the British rule, there were many kingdoms in India. The changes in the center did not affect village system. It continued smoothly, but the British changed the prevent system and tried to set up new system. The changes taking place created a feeling to instability and insecurity in the minds of the people.
Yes. So, prior to the British rule, we know when the British, before the British rule, what were they? They were king system in India. They were kings and queens and princesses. They were ruling the system. They were ruling the country. Okay, different state had different kings. They were kingdoms. And what happened at that point of time, if anything, if the main center, if anything changed in the center, okay, like in a city, it did not affect the village system. If some rules, some strict rules were made for the city, it did not have effect on the villages. The villages were running as per their norms, as per their panchayat system, and everything went on smoothly. Whatever was their rule, according to their panchayat, that was followed, and whatever was taking place in the center, whatever changes were made in the center, were only changed in the center, and it did not affect the village system. But when the British came to India, when the British rule started in India, what they did was, whatever they said, whatever changes they wanted, it applied everywhere. Okay, if you can mute, it applied everywhere. Okay, and this people did not like this, because the villagers, they started thinking, because they had their own panchayat system, whatever was their changes, they were okay with it. Now when the British came, we saw how in the villages also they applied their rule of paying tax, paying extra tax. That too, even they did not think if even if the farmer is earning profit or not. No, what was for them, they only wanted money from the people. And because of this were the causes of the struggle of 1857. Then the social causes. Now social causes, we saw that the social causes, we already saw that there was a British had imposed sati system and widow remarriage act. And I'd already told you that the that the people of India, they loved their tradition. Even if this was for the good of the people did not, Indians did not like it. Okay, they did not like that the someone from foreign country, someone from other countries coming and changing their tradition, changing their culture. And this was also a cause. Okay, this is a social. Then there were economic causes. Okay, now what were the economic causes? Let's read. Harshvardhan.
Yes. Economic causes. According to the new reverse system of the British tax and forcibly extended from farmers, which led to the agriculture cuts and gaining profit to slash British goods was the M of M. M imposed heavily tax on local introduced handicrafted and textile industry of the India of you are learning. Many of the artisans become the UN involvement of the credit discontent to the demands of against British.
Okay, so here we have seen that the British had started the new land revenue. Yes, please mute. Okay, we had seen that British had started the new land revenue system in which the farmers had to pay tax according to the piece of their land. Now, the main aim of the British was only gaining profit. So what they did was the goods. Whatever goods they used to import goods from their countries to earn profit. Now, what they did, whatever goods was made in India, they used to put heavy taxes on those goods. Okay, now because of this, what happened? Those goods by default they had to be costly. And what British did was, the British, whatever goods were produced in their countries, okay, in their countries, that is in England, they bought that goods from their countries and sold it in India in lesser price, because they did not impose tax on their country. So that is the reason their goods were cheap. So people of India also, who will prefer? Now if someone is giving us the same product, one with a lower price and one with a higher price, what we will do? We will definitely buy the one which is cheap, because it is the same product. So but what they did was, the product was made in India, but they imposed so much taxes, a lot of taxes on Indian goods, that is the local Indian people, they had to sell their products costly. But what happened? People did not buy this, and because of this, the industries in India, whatever was producing, had declined. Okay, in this way, the local industries had declined in India. And we also saw the handicrafts, the textile industry, all the artisans, the small artisan, all the small business which was done in India also was put a lot of tax was put on all of these things. Because of this, what happened? The industries also had declined, and this all created discontent in the mind of the people. People were not happy. People were very angry because of all of this. Okay, this was the economic causes. Then what was the political cause? Sanket, read this.
Yes, ma'am. Political causes. After 1757, the British took charge of many Indian states. Lord Dalhousie annexed many princely states on various grounds. The Nawab of Ayodhya was dethroned on ground of
Maladministration.
The princely state of Satara, Nagpur and Jhansi was annexed on the doctrine of lapse. Due to Lord Dalhousie, the Indians did not consider the British trustworthy.
Yes. These were the political causes. Now what happened? Now earlier we know that India was ruled by princely state, that is the rule of prince and princesses, kings and queens. But what happened when British came to India, and Lord Dalhousie, while Lord Dalhousie was ruling, what he did was he captured many states. Well, how he captured? By saying everything wrong. First he dethroned the Nawab of Ayodhya. Now he wanted everything in his hand. So first he went on he wanted to capture the state of where the Nawab of Ayodhya. Okay, the state of Ayodhya. What he went and told there, that the administration, how the Nawab was administrating running a country was not proper. Okay, he went and proved that, and in this way he dethroned. Dethroned means removed him from the throne. Okay, in this way, he dethroned first the Nawab of Ayodhya. Then the princely state, the states of Satara, Nagpur, Jhansi, he annexed. Annexed means he captured them on the doctrine of lapsi. Now, what is this doctrine of lapsi means? When the king is not having a son, the state will directly go to the British. This was the rule the British had started in India. Now, if the king, that means that if the king is not having a son, he cannot adopt anyone. Okay, he cannot adopt any child, cannot adopt any son, and that state directly goes in the hands of the British. Okay, this is the doctrine of lapsi. And in this way, whichever kings did not have a son, all those states was captured by Lord Dalhousie. In this way, the British slowly, we had seen how they started capturing different states. Now, these were the political causes. And because of this, because of the rule of Lord Dalhousie, the Indians did not consider the British trustworthy. So this was the political cause. Now, all these causes, okay, led to the freedom struggle in 1857. We saw the political cause, we saw the economic cause, we saw the social causes, we saw that there was discontent among the soldiers also. Okay, now here, the immediate cause. Rugved More, read what was the immediate cause.
Hello.
Yes, start reading.
Immediate. Teacher, can I read?
Yes, read.
Hello. Immediate cause. In 1856, the British provided long-in-field refills to the Indian seaports, which they were supposed to beat the end of the cartridge. The news spread out that these cartridges were made in the fats of cows and pigs. The religious settlement of Hindus and Muslims. Teacher, what is this?
Sepoys.
Sepoys were hurt and made them unhappy.
Yes. So in 1856, the British, they provided long rifles. Okay, rifles, you know, which is used for wars. And Indian sepoys means sepoys are the Indians who are working in the British sepoys. Please mute. Okay, so British who were Indian soldiers who were working in the British army were known as sepoys. So these Indian sepoys, in order to shoot the rifle, to shoot from the rifle, in the rifle, they had to put a cartridge in it. Okay, cartridge means a roll. I'll show you the image. See, this is the image of a cartridge. So in order to shoot from the rifle, they had to put this cartridge in their into their rifle. Now, before putting that, they had to bite the cartridge with their teeth. Okay, those cartridges, in order to put it in the rifle, it had to be bitten. So they came to know. Now the soldiers, the sepoys, they were doing it, but they came to know that these cartridges, they were made from the fats of pigs. Now, we all know that cows are considered sacred for the Hindus and pigs are considered as hatred to the Muslims. So this created a lot of discontent among the Hindus and Muslims. They did not like this because they were forced to do this. Okay, it was against their sentiments, against their religion. That is why even this created a discontent among the soldiers. So what they did, one of the soldier, we have a slide. Yes, here it is there. So those sepoys who refused to use the cartridges were punished. Now what the soldiers did, they did not like that because they came to know that these cartridges are made from the meat of cows and porks, and they did cows and pigs, and they did not like this. So some of the sepoys, they refused to do this work. So what the British did was they punished them. They punished them, and one of the sepoy, that is Mangal Pandey from Barakpur. Barakpur is a state in Bengal. That is Mangal Pandey, he became so angry because of the British this rule of biting the cartridge. What he did was, he was so angry that at the cantonment is a military camp. Okay, there what he did, he killed an English officer. He was so angry that he killed an English officer. But the the entire regiment of Indian, but Mangal Pandey, when the Britishers, they came to know about this, they killed Mangal Pandey, and Mangal Pandey was dead. Now the entire regiment, that is the entire people of the camp, they started to protest against them, and they even marched towards Delhi. Now, following this, thousands of people, thousands of Indian voluntaries, they came together, and uh, they fought for this, and they started a revolt against the British. So what they did, it was done under the leadership of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. Okay, they came together. They came together, thousands of Indian volunteers. Now they saw that Mangal Pandey was killed because of this thing. So the Indian volunteers, the other sepoys, they did not like this. So what they did, everyone came together, because see, anything happens, if you want something to be done, you need unity among the people. Everything has to be done with unity. So people now at this point of time came to know that only if there is unity, they could achieve success. Okay, so they came together, they made a march. Okay, they marched against the British, and they made an emperor for themselves. Okay, they under the leadership of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. Okay, and they proclaimed him the Emperor of India. So under the leadership of Bahadur Shah, they led the freedom movement, that is the freedom struggle. This is the image of Mangal Pandey, who killed an English officer because he did not like the way the British was treating them. In what way? Because of the, they had to bite the cartridges, and they did not like that their religion was, it was against their religion. And that is why he killed one of the English officer, but later on the British hanged Mangal Pandey for his work. The scope of the struggle. The self-confidence of the sepoys increased with the capture of Delhi. Now they all started to march, we saw. So what happened? All the sepoys, that all the army of the British was working even under the British, even they started getting confidence. They came to know, they were like, okay, yes, now we can fight against the British. Now slowly, this revolt, it started spreading. It spread to northern side of India. Now, all these Indian soldiers, they revolted in their cantonments from Bihar, right? From Bihar to Rajputan. Cantonment is their military camp where they stay. Okay, so slowly, this revolt, okay, where it started after the death of Mangal Pandey. They organized, we saw they organized this army, a march under the leadership of Bahadur Shah. Okay, and this way, all the others also from other places got inspired, and slowly, this started spreading from, it went up to Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Kanpur, Banaras, Jhansi, and it also spread to South India. All this happened because of the unity of the people. Now, as I said, at that point of time itself, if there was unity among the people, if all Indians would have come together, British rule would have ended way long back. Okay, but people also at that time, before this, okay, people were not united. There was enmity in between the people as well, mainly because of the caste system. Slowly, then you can see Chhatrapati Pratap Singh from Satara and his officers, Rango Bapuji, Chima Sahib of Kolhapur, Bala Sahib Bhave of Nargund, Bhagoji Nayak of Inda, all this came in the front line. Okay, so that is, now we can see that slowly people from all over India, all rulers, they started coming for a fight, to give a tough fight against the British. Okay, this is all about the British, all about the causes of the struggle, causes and the scope of the struggle. The next part of the lesson we will see in the next lecture. Okay, this is only the half of the lesson, that is the causes and the scope. Okay, so hope you all came to know what was the that led to the struggle, why India needed independence. That we came to know now, because the Indians were suffering so much from the British rule. We saw what was the social causes, the economic causes, the political causes, the immediate causes, that is of the soldiers. Okay, all those things created a discontent among the people, and people came together. All their anger came out. They came together to fight against the British. In this way, we will see. Okay, do not miss the class. It was in the end of the lecture, while we by the end of your 8th standard, you will come to know the end, how India got independence, what was the condition of India. All this you will come to know. It is a complete link. Okay, so do not miss the class. If you miss, you won't come to know what happened in the prior part. Okay, so that's it for today. The next part we will see in the next class.